Hi angels, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing my February 2026 favorites. I'm always surprised by how quickly February goes by. I know it's like a shorter month and stuff and everyone's used to it, but like the fact that it's March now scares the fuck out of me. I really do not like that. I love spring. Spring's probably my favorite time of year, but like mentally I feel like it's still like the second week of January. Like I'm still recovering from holidays and stuff. I should not be thinking about end of winter already. But these are my February favorites. This was an interesting month actually. I did a lot of fun things. I took a trip, I hung out with friends, went to a concert, things that really filled up my cup. So I am grateful for this February and I'm excited to share my favorites with you guys. My first favorite is DC/Arlington, Virginia. I feel like it's kind of funny to make a favorite a geographical location, but this was my first time going. The only place I'm really kind of familiar with on the East Coast is New York. I haven't really explored a whole lot over there. I've been to Florida a few times, but that's different from like East Coast. And I went in February. As a diva from the desert, I had never seen snow before, which is fucking nuts that I'm 29 and I've never experienced being in snow. And it didn't snow there, but they had just had a storm. So when we got there, like the rivers were frozen. They had cleaned the ice off the streets, but I got to see it all piled up, like the leftover snow and stuff. And that was so beautiful and really cool for me. I even posted it on my Instagram story being like, wow, this shit's like beautiful. This is crazy for me. My mutuals who live in that kind of weather were like, that's cute that like you like this. For us, like this fucking sucks. So it's funny that it's like, you know, all about perspective, but I just thought it was so beautiful. I was going to visit my grandmother because it was her 90th birthday. I didn't get to do as many things that I wanted to because there's a lot of family obligations to get to during that trip. I did get to still do a few things and it was so beautiful being there. I wish I had more time to explore and I definitely would love to go back. I'm glad I got to see it when it was cold, but I wish I could see it during cherry blossom season. Would be so beautiful. Even though I know it's like kind of a tourist nightmare. Yeah, I just loved it. Something about the different scenery just really opens my eyes a little bit to the different kinds of beauty in the world. It's different seeing it in person versus seeing pictures and videos. And there was this one stretch of land when we were going to Alexandria, I think, which was also another very, very beautiful spot in Virginia, where there was like tall grass and trees that were kind of dead and just it almost looked like wheat fields, but I think it might have just been really tall grass. I don't know, but it reminded me so much of Nettles by Ethel Cain. There's Ethel Cain everywhere for those with eyes to see, and I was just I loved it. So fucking beautiful. I really want to go back. My next favorite is my brown leather jacket that I got for Christmas. This is her. It's from Mango. I got it when it was discounted for like, I think I got it for $250 when it was originally like $600, which I've never shopped from Mango before, so I'm not sure if that's like, you know, I know they're not like a really bougie brand by any means. They're kind of more fast fashion, unfortunately, but like the quality for like 100% leather with the price, and it was exactly what I was looking for the dark brown leather with pockets. I got it for Christmas. So I had been wanting a leather jacket for so long. Love her. And I actually got to really wear her in February, especially when I was in DC, because it was like usually 30 to 40 degrees. And I really thought I'd struggle more with the cold while I was there. And I was actually like, I acclimated to it quite well, I would say. And this diva really worked. She held up great, kept me warm, kept me almost too warm at times. I think she's just so chic and sexy. I don't really need a whole lot of heavier garments in my wardrobe, but it is nice to have good timeless pieces like a leather jacket when crafted well. Could hopefully work for me, be useful for a decade or more. That's always my goal, so I'm really excited to continue wearing her, to be able to break her out. Unfortunately, it is already getting up to fucking 90 degrees. Very scary. I don't know if I'll get to wear her until next winter, but I was able to use her quite extensively in DC and that was beautiful. My next favorite to kind of cap off all the talking about DC and Arlington are art museums. I fucking love art museums, and I do not get the opportunity to go to them as much as I wish I could. Being in DC, all the Smithsonian museums, there's so many, it's almost overwhelming. So we picked 2 to go to. The first one, we went to the National Gallery of Art, which was my favorite of the 2 that we got to see. So fucking beautiful. I don't want to say like it healed something within me, because I've always loved art to an extent, but when I was like younger, stuff like that didn't mean as much to me as it does as an adult. Like, I went to the MoMA in New York when I was young, and I was bored. Like, I thought it was cool for 5 minutes and I was bored, and I was like, get me out of here. And I want to kick my younger self because I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So as an adult, this was the first time I've been to an art museum. I genuinely cannot remember the last time I went to one. It must have been since I was like a kid or a teenager. For it to be the National Gallery of Art, where I got to see paintings from Botticelli, Da Vinci, Monet, Van Gogh. I got to see the painting that is the cover for my Year of Rest and Relaxation, which I had no idea that painting was on display there. I loved it. I wish I could have spent more time there. I wish I had the stamina to be able to like spend an entire day there. Unfortunately, I do not, but she was beautiful, and I got this little Miffy from the gift shop at the National Gallery of Art. It's supposed to be this milkmaid painting. There was another one where her dress was of the Van Gogh's flowers, but I thought this one was cool because it gave her a hat and she's crochet. I love her. I think Miffy's super cute. I think I want to put her on my bookshelf or something, so I thought this was a really sweet way to tie in appreciation of art into something that's, you know, really cutesy like Miffy and that I can put on display. And apparently at other museums, I think the Met in New York, they have some of these Miffys, but for different paintings. So maybe it's like, I haven't researched this, so I don't know for sure, but it seems like there's some exclusive ones depending on which museum selling which ones, tying to the artwork that they hold, which is a really cool collectible idea. Me and my best friend are planning to go to the Met at some point, one of the next times I go to New York. So I might see if they have another one of these, because I will be taking one home so she can have a buddy. Next, I want to talk about a lip liner that I've been obsessed with. It's the Huda Beauty Lip Contour Stain. This shade is Soft Nude, I think. My friend Becky gave me this. It is so good. It lives up to the hype. This has been the best lip liner in terms of longevity that I've ever used. The other 2 that would compare to this would be Maybelline Lifter Liner and MAC lip liner, I would say, but even those 2 still do not hold up as well as this one. Maybelline Lifter Liner is like a considerable second place, but this one really stays. Lasts me at least 8 hours usually. I went out the other day. I got ready at probably like 1:30, 2 p.m. and I got home at 1:30 in the morning. It was still on, and it is kiss proof. It doesn't transfer when you eat or drink. I love her, and I usually have an issue with my lip liner smudging off. I can handle reapplying my lip gloss and lipstick as needed because I know that doesn't really stay as long, but my lip liner, I hate when it doesn't stay. So, and today's lip combo is this lip liner. Again, the shade I think is Soft Nude with Alone Time by MAC. Love this lipstick. And my final favorite for February is Nosferatu the Vampire from 1979. I like getting to include a movie during my monthly favorites because I do try to watch one movie per week. That's my 2026 goal. So I like to be able to talk about which movie was the best of the ones I watched this month. And I really did like Nosferatu. I watched the 2024 one, I think it was, with Lily Rose Depp, and I liked that one, but I feel like it didn't live up to the full potential of what I was looking for. There's way too much of the men talking. I thought the aesthetics, the visuals, and how sexual it was, I really loved the eroticness of it. However, this 1979 one, I felt like it didn't drag on as much. It was from the 70s, so of course it's gonna be fucking stunning. And it has Isabella Gianni, who is like, I'm obsessed with her, both with her acting and just her energy, and she's so fucking beautiful. Isabel wearing the long like nightgowns and really getting into the Nosferatu vibe. stunning. I loved it. I still need to watch the earlier iterations of Nosferatu. These are the only two I had seen, but between the two, I would definitely prefer the 1979 one. And I think this was my Valentine's Day watch because I love an unhinged romance horror. That's so fun. And it also wasn't too like graphic or gory, which I don't really, I'm not someone who's super sensitive. Like, I definitely have my triggers, and certain series like the Saw movies, my best friend's obsessed with them and I love that for her, but they are a touch too far for me in terms of horror. So what I love about horror movies from pre-80s is that they're never really that intense or gross. Love this movie. I'm trying to go through more of Isabella Gianni's filmography, so we'll see if any more come onto my favorites list. So far, I've had 2 favorite movies from her. Well, actually 3, just I haven't talked about Possession on here yet. I watched that for the first time years ago, but in terms of like first time watches, in November was The Story of Adele H, and now we have Nosferatu, so love you, Isabella Gianni. And that's my February 2026 favorites. I'm excited for March. I don't know what this month has in store for me, but that's always kind of exciting. I will see you soon, divas. I'm trying my best to get back on schedule, and I hope you enjoyed. I love you, and I will see you next Thursday. Bye, angels.